Hello, Carolyn. Good morning, Raina. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning. How are you, ladies? And Steve is probably out there. I don't know if Lee is out there, but hello, whoever is here. Michael is there. Hello, Michael. Yes, it's crazy weather here. Raina, we're still having this crazy weather. So I think it was 88 or something the other day, 78 the next day. It's crazy because it's actually 5 days of it or more. So it's actually really not like, cold at night and warm during the day. It was 78 degrees, I think, or 73 degrees when we went out last night when it was dark, like around 6 o'clock, 73 degrees. So it really seriously felt like summer. It's really interesting. And I know this happens. I remember in 2017 when I went to Chicago to get certified for osteoporosis with Dr. Fishman, Yoga for Osteoporosis. That was 5 years ago in February, President's Day weekend, which I think is next weekend. It was 70 degrees. So I know that this is something that happens. I went to Chicago for like freezing cold weather and it was freaking 70 degrees. Good morning, Lynn, and hopefully Dave. All right. So if any of you want to say anything to me, before I forget, if you're not already subscribed, which I think most of you are, please subscribe. Got to get my numbers up on my YouTube so I can do some outside stuff because I am going to be leaving soon and I want to teach from outside and not just inside rooms, wherever I am, hotel rooms or my bedroom. Oh, wow. So it'll probably be warm in Fort Lauderdale, I would imagine. So hopefully. All right. Well, here we are. And you'll see that I have a little setup behind me that I'm going to explain soon. So I'm going to go back there. All right. So we can start doing our thing. All right. So welcome. For today's practice, I have a few things that I'd like to do. I'd like to prepare the body, your body, my body, for us to build up to a standing little sequence at the end of today's practice. So we'll begin on the ground, we'll do some warm-ups on the ground and some strengthening and get our body prepared. And then we'll move towards getting up. And we'll do something at the end today that can be a really great way to either strengthen your body, lengthen your body, and it's also really good to ground your mental energy, which is one of the aspects that we want to do in terms of stress management, is to bring ourselves to present moment, present moment, present moment, present moment, because that's how we manage stress. Because honestly, most of our moments could be really amazing. And we spend so many of our moments in the past or the future. So let's use this practice today for staying here, being here. And there's a lot of nice things I'd like to do today for you so that you can bring them into your body, the shapes, and really keep that great function in your body, lubrication in your body. Maintain a really great functioning body is the goal. Strong, limber, good range of motion. For today's practice, I do have a lot of props out here and I'll explain them and you can get whatever you can get, whatever you have. I would like us to have a chair today because we are going to stand and we're going to sit. So we are going to use this chair today. So I'm going to begin with the chair. If you'd like to not begin with the chair, that's okay. You can get it after. But I put on mine a blanket because I think it feels better on my legs. And I do have a chair that doesn't have a back. So I'm able to put my feet all the way through. If your chair does have a back, you should turn your chair to the side then. So your legs can go this way and hang off. Because one of the really important aspects of legs on the chair is that your entire leg is supported and not just the feet and half of the calf. The more of your leg you give to the chair, when the chair takes the weight of your leg, that's going to deeply set the leg bone in the hips socket. It's going to relax tension that's in the pelvis, which is going to relax tension in the low back. So this is a great low back release. And if anybody has low back issues, when you're in the acute, oh no, it's bothering me phase, this is one of the best ways to relax all of those aspects. Also, I'm going to bring a bolster underneath my pelvis and elevate my pelvis, which is going to be really great for heart health, relaxing blood pressure and heart rate. So elevated pelvis, elevated legs, it's like a slope, a downward slope. And this actually brings the blood volume to the neck or to the brain and the heart, which is what the goal is to really give the brain and the heart a lot of blood. So this is actually going to physically move the fluids of your body up to your upper body. And this right here, the aorta, the heart, the aortic arch, is where the lymphatic fluids go back into your system to be processed, right? To be cleansed, to take what out of there, what needs to be taken out, and then put back in what needs to be put back in. So this beautiful circulatory system is like the highway of cleaning. And many of us know that we're exposed to a lot of toxins. And so part of detoxification, we need toxins to be delivered to the liver. So the liver can decide, should the kidneys get this to urinate out? Should it go dump down into the colon so you can poop it out? Should it be in the bloodstream so the lungs can pick it up so you can exhale it out? Or should it be in the skin so that you can sweat it out? So what we're doing for stress, for detoxification, for relaxation, all of that. So please get a chair if you can, or have your legs up the wall. A bolster will help to make this even more gravity with fluids. We'll need a blanket for the back of our head. A block and a strap will be used later in the practice. So go ahead and gather whatever you need to gather. And then to prepare yourself for this, you come down onto the ground, whatever way you're going to come down onto the ground. And then you bring your legs up on the chair, and you want to make sure that the back of your leg, the back of the upper leg bone touches the chair. And so if you could get your feet through the chair, great. And if you can't, turn your chair to the side. And then if you are going to put something underneath your pelvis, you actually lift your pelvis up and put whatever it is underneath your pelvis. And then adjust yourself accordingly. So that will shift a little bit when you lift up. And then when you're here, arrange the upper part of the torso. So press your arms in, slide your shoulder blades closer to your spine so that you don't have your chest collapsing or caving, and really setting yourself up for bringing fluids up to the body. And then the arms can go either out to the side or hands can go on the belly. So whatever feels right for you. Close your eyes, let your body be the guide. Lift your head up, tuck your chin towards your chest, and then press your heart up towards the sky. Arms are closer to the body if they're on the belly, if the hands are on the belly, or even have the upper arms wherever you'd like, actually. Don't let your chest cave in. Don't let it collapse. Let your legs be spread a little bit wide here, and let the kneecaps point out to the sides, not straight up or straight back. And then wherever you arrive, close your eyes and notice what you notice here. Notice if this is all appropriate for you. Does it feel comfortable? Moving until you get there to the place of comfort.
Pay attention to the sounds that exist around you. Notice if you're able to hear any bird sounds or even the heartbeat of your house, any buzzing or humming. And bring yourself from the outside to the inside. First, the surface of your body, noticing if anything on the surface is creating any sensations. So is there any temperature noticings? Cold, warm? Do you feel any tingling? And bring yourself inside. Often at the joints, which is where many sensations are experienced. Noticing tightness, comfort, or discomfort. Noticing that there is a choice to look at comfort first before discomfort. So look first for comfort. What feels good? How does it feel to have the legs supported? To not have to hold them up or manage them in your hip joint? And then you can go to places where you may have issues in your tissues. As an observer, noticing, not attaching, not feeling, noticing. And see if you can do that. Pain is experienced and perceived in our brain, yet the location of where you may actually have pain or discomfort is not in the brain, right? It's the knee, the hip, the low back. See if you can view your pain, if you have discomfort or pain, as a witness without feeling it. Notice where you have relaxation in your body. Are your legs relaxed? Your belly? Your heart? Your eyeballs? And then notice places where you may have tension. And when you find the tension, can you actually let go of the muscular contraction of tension? So if it's in your low back or your sacrum, can you let go? Feel it get heavy? Bring your awareness to your left foot. Let your left foot be really heavy. Toes are relaxed. Heel is pressing into whatever it's touching or hovering in the air in a relaxed position, like a hummingbird. Bring your awareness to your ankle. Let your ankle relax. Your calf and your shin, the lower leg, left lower leg. Let it be very heavy wherever it is. Your left knee and upper leg bone. let it be really heavy and relaxed. See if you could turn off any muscles that are turned on. Bring your awareness over to the right foot. The toes are relaxed, the foot is relaxed. The right ankle relaxed. The right lower calf and shin area, very heavy, relaxed. Your right knee, your right upper thigh, the leg bone, the muscles, everything is relaxed. Bring your awareness to your pelvis. Your hips are nice and soft and relaxed. Let your pelvis relax. See if you could feel the lower spine in the pelvis at the back and feel that your pelvis is relaxing, your spine is relaxing from the bottom. Bring your awareness to your low back and feel your low back soften. See if you can turn off any muscles that are contracted. Let your mind go to your low back. Let it soften and release. And then bring your awareness to your belly. Let your belly relax and everything in your belly relax. Press back towards the spine. Helps the low back relax too. Your awareness to the back of the ribs. Feel the back of the ribs on the ground. Allow your whole rib cage to relax, to soften. All the muscles that support your rib cage, let them relax. Bring your awareness to your left hand, left wrist, left lower arm. Let it be heavy wherever it is. Left elbow, left upper arm, totally relaxed. The whole left arm, let it be heavy. Bring your awareness to the right hand, the right wrist, right lower arm, right upper arm. Let everything relax. Let it be heavy. No holding, no contracting. Bring your awareness to your neck, to the front of the neck, back of the neck, and the sides. Soft, relaxed, free-flowing breath up and down your beautiful neck. And bring your awareness to your head. Let it be really heavy. Feel how heavy it is as you let go of holding it. Feel the heaviness of your body. Bring your awareness to your jaw. Let your jaw relax. Back teeth are not touching. Soft. Bring your awareness to your cheeks. Let the facial muscles soften and relax. Bring your awareness to your eyes. Let the eye muscles soften. Observe your breath. Wherever it moves is okay. Notice the quality, the pace, and the location. Breathing in and out through your nose. Follow your breath. And bring your awareness up and down your body to notice, can you release anything else? Could you bring the feeling of heaviness into your body? Bring your awareness to your belly. Let your belly area be soft and heavy. Noticing how you feel. Bring your awareness to your heart. See if you can feel the pace of your heart. And see if you can notice both beats. The heart contracting and releasing. Probably slowed down for most of you. And then we're going to reluctantly bring ourselves out of this beautiful, heavy, relaxing position. So bring your awareness to your fingers, to your toes. Start to bring some gentle movement into your fingers and your toes. And then, like you just woke up from a nap, if you'd like to take your arms overhead and stretch your body, reaching one at a time as if you were yawning and waking up from a deep sleep. And then if you have the blanket or a pillow or a bolster or anything underneath your pelvis, we're going to gently take that out, bringing the feet onto the chair to lift up and take it out to the side. And then place your body back down on the ground. Let your feet go back on the chair. Hands can go on the belly, and let's do a little gentle side to side with the head. You could use breath here. You would inhale to center, exhale slowly, let your head go towards one side. Inhaling back up to center and exhaling slowly to the other side. Inhaling back up to center and exhaling to the side. And inhaling side to side. Exhaling, letting your head move towards the ground, inhaling back up to center. And bring your head back up to center. Before you open your eyes, I want you to go back to the places in your body that usually have tension or issues in your tissues. Notice if there was a dulling of that sensation. Bring your hands together. Rub your hands together a lot so you feel a lot of heat coming into your hands. Then cover your eyes. Blink your eyes open. And then if you'd like, you could clasp your hands together, clasping your hands together. So you take your hands, you clasp them, then you turn them so the palms go up towards the sky, reaching your arms overhead, going towards the ground, stretching the shoulders, the armpits, the chest, creating some space in the upper body. And right in the armpit area, a lot of lymphatic vessels are there. So really trying to unblock, unclog part of your system that is managing your immune health. Take one more breath. And then let's do a little bit here for the low back. So let's tilt the pelvis backwards, get the low back to touch the floor, tilting the pelvis backwards. You inhale to soften, let your low back come away from the ground. Then you tilt your pelvis backwards, pressing your belly towards your spine. Flatten your low back into the ground. Inhale away from the ground. Exhale, flatten. I find that when the legs are elevated and the hip joint is relaxed, it's easier to get that posterior tilt in the pelvis, which is so important for us to have this ability to do this awareness of being able to do this for low back health, for hip joint health, for knee health, for really freeing up tension in the body. So do a couple more where you really press your low back into the ground. And then draw your knees towards you. Draw the knees into the chest. Now this will actually tilt the pelvis back and flatten the low back into the ground. And then you're going to rock side to side. Feel that low back. And then bring yourself onto the side. Let's take a couple of breaths here in the side position. And then take your hand, bring your hand on the floor, look down to your hand, even let your head come closer to your hand. Your elbow is bent, your hand is here, bring your leg in, take an inhale, and then exhale, kick your leg away, and bring yourself. Okay. Even though I just got up a couple of hours ago, I really feel like I could go back to sleep. That was super relaxing for me. I hope it was for you. I'm going to tell you the aspects of that can bring it into a really deep relaxation place. When you bring in the quality of heavy into your body and into your mind, it stimulates the relaxation zone in the body. And when you're in the parasympathetic nervous system relaxation zone, that is where we digest, process, repair, heal, restore. And so to be in that place as often as possible
to repair, heal, restore, digest. And I don't just mean digest the foods you bring in. I mean digest what happens, what you consume every day with your senses, and what you've consumed your whole life, and what you brought to this life from your ancestors. All that you've consumed that needs to be digested, assimilated, absorbed, and eliminated. So we let the body do its job when we put ourselves in a place of relaxation. Cannot underestimate the value of what that just did for you if you were able to go to that place of heaviness and relaxation. All right, so let's kick it up a notch. Now we're going to start bringing movement into our body. So let's go ahead and move the chair off to the side. You can move it beside you or get up and move it. If you do so, go slowly. Magic. All right. Okay. So we're going to come down to the ground, warming up our body. Let's come all the way down onto the ground, whatever way you're going to come down. I will say if you have osteoporosis, the preferred way to come down is this. Come to your side, reach your arm long, keep your front spine nice and long as you bring yourself all the way down onto the ground. Let's come into a fully stretched, whatever version you can get of a body stretch. Reaching your arms high. For some of you, you only be able to reach outside to the sides because of your shoulders. So do what you can. Then bring yourself into a bent knee position. Take your feet wide off the mat if you can. Let your arms go out to the side, either straight out to the side or bend your elbows. And lift your chest up off the floor so you slide your shoulder blades onto the ground. Maybe you're getting a little postural work here. And then let's, with the legs spread wide, rock through the base of your spine. So you're going to let your low back come away from the floor in the inhale. And on the exhale, contract your core, press your belly towards your spine, flatten your low back. Inhale, let your low back rock away. Exhale towards the floor. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then bring yourself back to neutral. Let's start to let the legs go slow at first. Don't try to throw your legs towards the ground. Or you're going towards the ground, but don't try to touch the ground. Do a little bit at first, slowly coax some movement and some lubrication into your body. You have to get yourself moist so that you don't injure yourself when you start to stretch your muscles and your joints and your connective tissues. So you need to get yourself moving a little bit, and then you could go to a lot of it. So start a little bit and then go a lot of it. Keep your rib cage on the ground, keep your arms on the ground, and feel what you feel here. Inhale, let your legs go to the side. Exhale, press your belly button back towards the center. Inhale, legs go to the side. Exhale to center. And let your legs go to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side. Stretch that arm that's on the opposite side of where your legs are. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Really lengthen that side of your body. Try to push that hip up towards the sky. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Try to pull your ribs away from your pelvis. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring yourself all the way up. Let your knees go to the other side. Head goes opposite of the knees. Lift that arm barely off the ground. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Really stretch yourself on this side, pulling the ribs away from the pelvis. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Walk your feet back. Let's draw the knees in. Take the legs up to the sky, and then you're going to bicycle your legs like this. Closer to your chest if you have low back issues. And if you'd like, you could take your hands and you could rock to the side and either make a fist and put your hand under your tushy, or have flat hands, flat palms to the ground, because this helps to posteriorly tilt the pelvis, and it could be protective
for those of you with low back issues. And it might even give you a little bit more access to your hamstring muscle when you do this, which is where we are, lengthening. And then we're also contracting quadriceps, so getting a little support from quadriceps there. And then both try to flatten your soles up towards the sky. Do you hear any crunchy stuff? Any creaky staircases in your knees? I do. I have that in mine. And then go ahead and bend your knees, drop your knees in. So interesting. Creaky staircases in our body. Having our body be creaky. All right. Let's take the strap, stretch our leg, draw the left leg in, put the strap on the left leg. You're going to hold the left leg with the strap, wrap your hands around, and then draw the leg back towards the wall and let it go away. So coaxing into a deeper stretch. Try to keep the leg straight. So if you're here, that's okay. Try to get it to come up towards your head. We're going to go in and out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthening and stretching the hamstring. Exhale, release. On your next one, you're going to come there and stay there. And then go ahead and release. Take the strap into, like pull on the strap one side then the other. Get your foot, your ankle to be lubricated here. Then we're going to do a little something. I'm going to turn my back towards you because I want you to see this. I want to stretch the quadricep. So the way to do that is if you turn onto your side, try to bring your heel towards your tushy. And I know for some of you that'll be a challenge. So maybe you could hold onto your pants, your socks, or your shorts. Or you could take the strap and you could put the strap on your foot and pull the leg up towards. So the goal is to try to get the heel to come towards the center of the buttocks. And this is going to stretch that quadricep. So if you can, hold on to where the front of the foot, like where the leg and the foot become one, hold on there and try to push the foot towards your tushy. You may not get it there. And try to bring the legs so that they're coming straight off your body, that upper leg, whatever it is. I said left, maybe you're on the left, or maybe you did your other left. And feel that stretch on the front of the thigh. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's go to the other leg. Draw the right leg up. Put the strap on the right leg. Hold on to the strap. Wrap your hands around. Try to keep the legs straight. We're going to come into the stretch and out. In and out. And for some of you, this is actually what will help you be able to go into a deeper stretch. Inhale, exhale. In yoga, we inhale when we're lengthening muscles, and here we're lengthening the back of the leg, and then we exhale to release. Inhale, exhale. On the next one, you're going to come there and stay there. Inhale, stay. And then exhale to go ahead and release. Take the strap, pulling side to side. So the kneecap stays stationary. You're pulling your leg side to side, and you're going to stretch the ankle joint area. And even though there is an intention for some of these positions to stretch certain muscles, maybe there's other muscles you have that are tighter that show up and they're the ones that get stretched. So there's always an intention of stretching, but because everything is attached, sometimes there's other areas that need to stretch first before you can get to that area. So let's go to the quadricep, which is this muscle group here. We just did the muscle group at the back of the thigh. Go to the quadricep by turning onto your side, taking your top leg, bend your heel straight back. So try not to have the leg up here or down here. Try not to have this leg up in the air. You want it to come straight off your body. Bend your heel to try to get it towards your tushy. Reach back and grab if you can, or use a strap, or grab your sock, or grab your pants. When I'm in person in classes teaching, I will go over and help people find their sock or their pants or their shorts, or give them a strap if they're unable to do any of that. So not all are able to do that. Make sure your leg is coming off your body. Try not to have it up here. Try not to have it in the front. And having it in the back would be even more stretch. So that's not usually the default. Try to see if you could get your heel to touch the center of your buttock. Really stretching the quads. You might feel this over the kneecap. That's the tendinous part of the quadriceps as they attach onto the lower leg bone. And the patella bone actually floats in those lower muscle areas, the tendons, the muscles. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back onto your back. Let's draw your knees into your chest. And then spread your legs wide here. So you want your legs to be wide. Your kneecaps are close to your armpits. And then you're going to hold on underneath your thighs. So this is happy baby, and this gets a really nice inner thigh stretch, stretching your inner thigh muscles. Draw the knees towards your armpits, and then it also flattens the low back, so it can give some relief to the low back. If you're able to grab your big toes, put your 2 fingers, pointer and middle, in between big toe, second toe, and then put the thumbs on top of the toenails and pull the legs down towards the ground. So you either, and the legs have to stay spread. So do not bring the legs together to hold them. You have to have really spread legs here if you're going to hold on to your feet. So if you cannot hold onto your feet, the other thing is to hold onto your feet, thumb on the inside, fingers on the outside, and hold your feet. This is what a baby would do, right? This is the happy baby pose. Feel your legs, your upper leg area stretch. And then go ahead, bring yourself out of that. Bring yourself onto your side. Hand is on the ground, head is cradled, top leg is up. Inhale. Exhale, push your hand and bring yourself up. All right, so bring yourself onto your blanket. Take your blanket down to about the bottom 1/3 of the blanket. Bring your knees onto your blanket. Take your hands onto the ground. Take 1 foot back at a time. Flip the toes under and stretch the lower leg. Now the calf, the ankle, this is where the Achilles tendon. So the calf becomes the Achilles tendon becomes the plantar fascia. It's all connected. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Flip your toes under. All 5 toes touch, not just the big toe and second toe. All 5 toes. If you have 5 toes. How many ever toes you have, make sure they all touch. All right, we're going to come into a plank position. Let's take our wrists. You either stretch your wrists up here like this, stretching your wrists across your body, or you bring your hands onto the ground. Palms are up, backs of the hands are on the ground. If you move your body backwards, you'll deepen that stretch. So either do 2 at once or come up here and do 1 at a time. And if you are up here doing 1 at a time, now flip, do fingers are back. And if you're down here, palms are on the ground, fingers are towards your knees. And then a little rocking action, deepen that stretch. Perfect. Take your wrist, shake your wrist. Let's come into the plank.
Do a nice power move while we're here. Take one foot back, then the other. Any variation of plank that you want to do, try to get your legs to be relatively straight, or knees are on the ground, toenails are touching, depending on what you like. Push your body weight back. If you're up on your toes, make sure all your toes are touching. Heels are back. If you want to do a little fancy, make sure you're holding your head up. Don't let it hang. You want to do a little fancy, you can lift one leg off at a time, coming into a three-legged dog. We're going to be here for a minute. And if you need to come down at any point, come down, lift your leg up. This is hip joint, front of the hip joint strengthening. It gives you an indication of how strong your front body is, how strong your hips are. If you want to take one arm up and off the ground, you don't have to do these things. I would suggest you try to work towards them. Maybe one day you arrive and maybe never. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself onto the ground. Always nice to throw in a power move. Shake your wrists. Okay, heart rate's a little accelerated. We're going to go down onto the ground and stretch the front. We're going to stretch this part of your hip, the very front part. So I want you to come forward, put your elbows onto the ground and come onto Sphinx posture. Walk yourself back so that your pelvis is on the blanket, or at least your hip bones from the blanket. And then press your arms into the ground. Be very active. Spread your hands. Pull your rib cage away from your pelvis. Push your heart forward. Open the front of your chest. Lift your body away from the ground. If the low back is not happy here, spread your legs pretty wide. Breathe down to your belly. Feel that front body stretch. Pretty active Sphinx posture. Trying to open up the front of your spine, stretch the front of your spine, stretch your belly. Take an exhale. Inhale to look over one shoulder. Exhale back to center. Inhale the other shoulder. Exhale back to center. Eyes can be closed. Head is pretty high, not hanging. Pressing your heart forward. Feeling a stretch in your tissues. And then bring yourself back to center. Hold on to your elbows. Walk your upper body over to the right. So go to the right. Push your left elbow into the ground, lifting your left low belly away from the floor. And then you could even look over towards the right foot, or you could come a little higher away from the ground if your body is stretchy like that and that feels appropriate. Feel that stretch along the left side, especially right by the belly button area. This is stretching left side and that upper psoas. Let's come over to the left side. Walk your arms over and away from your body. So be nice and long here. Push your arms into the ground. Lift up and away. Feel that right side stretch now. You could look over towards your left heel. Deepen that stretch. You could push away from the ground a little bit more. Push your arms into the ground. Lift up and away, maybe. And then bring yourself back down. Bring yourself back to center. Pull your rib cage forward as you bring your head towards the ground. Fold your arms. Let your head rest on the back of the hand. Wiggle your pelvis back and forth. Bend your legs. And then let your legs go side to side to take tension out of the low back. Let your legs go straight and slide one leg to the side. So the upper leg bone comes right off your body. The knee is bent at a 90-degree angle, and your ankle is bent at a 90-degree angle. Push that front hip towards the ground. Take one more breath. And then you're going to switch. So bring your legs straight off your body, slide
your opposite leg, so the inner knee joint is on the ground. Your knee is bent at a 90-degree angle, and the ankle is also bent at a 90-degree angle. Deep breaths down to your belly. Take one more breath. Take your leg long. Let your pelvis wiggle back and forth, side to side. And then reach your arm long and come onto your side. Bend your knees. Rest your head on your arms. Take your upper hand into the ground. You're going to inhale to bring your knee in. And as you exhale, push yourself up. Okay. So here we are. Have your strap and your block off to the side. Bring yourself up onto your shins. Bring your weakest leg forward unless you have issues getting up off the ground, but do not bring the one forward that you try to get up with often. Right? We always need to be able to get up and down off the ground. Even if we don't go down onto the ground very often anymore, we always want to be able to do this. So really maintaining the power of pushing up from a deep flex position, which means a deep bent position, really important to maintain that. Bring your foot forward, flip your back toes under, take your hands on that front leg. You're going to take an inhale to come back. You're going to exhale to push forward to that front leg, and then bring yourself up. Try to be graceful. All right, so we're gonna bend down to take care of our blanket. So take your legs really wide, push your tushy back. You're bending at your hip joint, not your spine. You are not going like this, bending your spine, hips are not moving at all, bending spine, not bending my hips, very unsafe for all of us. We want to bend our hips, push our tushy back stays nice and neutral. Bring your blanket up and off the ground and grab your chair. Go ahead and have a seat on the chair. Make sure that your block is relatively close to you and your strap. Take your strap. Bring yourself forward so you're not sitting at the back of the chair, you're sitting forward. Take your arms wide. Now, this is what we're going to be doing. So if you see me do this and your shoulders are like, heck no, I am not doing that, then you could do a variation where you could either come like this and roll your shoulders around and then go in and out, which will stretch some of those similar muscles that we're going to do. Otherwise, if it looks like it's doable for you, take your arms, reach up and back, up and back. Open your throat. Try to keep your arms straight if you can. And then on your next one, come up and back. Stay here. And then bring yourself up. Go side to side. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's take the strap off. Put the strap away. Go ahead and get your block. So you're going to take your block and you're going to put your block between your knees like this. And you're gonna make sure that your feet are block distance and they're not like that. Your feet are block distance, which is this. And these blocks, this is 4 inches. And really it's close to what the distance is, the distance of the hips. The hips are in the front of the body. That's the weight bearing aspect. So this is actually a pretty good distance. Near the upper thighs or near the inner knee joint, if it feels okay near your inner knee joint, it usually does. We're gonna do a little bridge and work more on that strengthening. So minimizing the stress of aging in the joints by maintaining the strength in our joints in a flexion position. So you're at the very edge of your chair. You're not back here, much more difficult to come up from seated from there. You're at the front edge. You're gonna squeeze your block, walk your feet back towards your body. I'm gonna let you use a little bit of momentum at first. Hands are back down here. Take an inhale and then exhale, come forward. Let your tushy just come away a little bit. Let your hands come forward. And we're gonna change the breath. You're gonna exhale here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Squeeze the block, push your heels into the floor, lift your toes off the floor, heels and squeeze the block. Next one, come and stay here, hover. Squeeze the block, lift your toes off the ground, push your belly button to your spine, inhale, and then exhale, come all the way up. Take your block out. Block to the side. Take your chair and turn your chair so you have access to the back. And then you're going to bring your hands, walk your feet back. You're going to keep your spine nice and straight as you bend your hip joint, not spine. You're bending your hips. So you walk back. Your legs are spread wide in your body. Your hands are pushing down into the chair. You're not holding onto the chair. Push your hands down. Hands are pretty wide. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Try to keep your knees straight if you can. More hamstring stretching, back body stretching. And then one more, you're going to come back. Come up for a second. Osteoporosis, you never, ever, ever push this part of your body into itself. You want to be really careful with the front of your spine. And I think all of us should take note to this as well. So the bending is here at the hips. This is a forward fold. You're going to take your hands on your chair again. Walk your feet so that they're about body distance. And then you're going to push yourself back. Now, if you are pretty limber, you could bring your head between your arms and your back stays straight. Don't hold on to your chair. Actively push your hands into your chair so that you're firing up the upper body muscles. And then when you're here, your feet are about body distance. You could straighten and bend one leg at a time. This is going to do more leg muscle stretching. Try to keep your back nice and flat. You have to have your feet pretty far back for this. And then go ahead and bring yourself up. Keep your feet where they are. Bring one foot forward and one foot is back. The back foot, the heel is on the ground, the toes are pointing forward. The front foot is near the chair. Take an inhale and then exhale, bend that front knee. Keep the back heel on the ground. Inhale, exhale. Keep the back heel on the ground. Chest is lifted. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Stay here. If you want to take one hand up or both hands up, and then bring your hands down. Hands are on the chair, push down, don't hold on to the chair. Lift one foot up, bring the other foot back, and bring the other foot forward. Heel is into the ground, back heel is into the ground. So for those of you that have tightness in your legs, issues in your feet, issues in your calf area, this is a good thing to try to do in your life. Stretching your calf like this, keeping your body nice and limber. You could do it really honestly near a wall where you're pretty elevated or a high piece of furniture. You inhale and then exhale, bend the front knee, keep the back leg straight, heel is pushing into the ground. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale.
Last one, inhale, and then exhale, come forward, stay here. Push that back heel into the ground. Don't let it pop up. Feel that calf stretch. If you want, one hand and then the other. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and bring both legs forward. Take your toes, flip your toes under, stretch your foot. And then do a side stretch. And then another side stretch. So we're going to do a warrior dance. That's what we built up to, is a warrior dance. So the warrior dance, I'm going to show you. You decide if you need a chair anywhere near you or you need a wall. So a warrior dance, we're going to come into this warrior and dance. Now it actually can be a little bit of a balance issue. So if you had a chair here in front of you, it may make you feel a little bit more sturdy. So if you need a chair, bring a chair in front of you. So bring the chair in front of you if you think you're going to want that for stability. Otherwise, bring your legs into a nice wide leg position. The wider the better. We're going to load into the hip and stretch even more muscles of the pelvic area, the upper leg area, which is going to be very helpful for releasing low back tension for those with low back issues. And be careful, because when we stretch the front of the pelvis, the psoas, the hip flexors, that can also be a little aggravating for some. Let's take one toe up, turn the toe to the side, bring the back heel back. Bring your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Fingers are long. Push away from the back foot and bend the front knee. Push away from the back foot so your body goes straight down. This is warrior two. Turn your front palm up, take an exhale. Inhale, tilt backwards into a reverse. Feel that front belly area stretch. Exhale, come forward into side angle. Go slow. Slow is hard. Inhale. Exhale. Let your arms be a part of this. You don't even need to let your arms touch. If you want a little bit more work, don't let your arms touch. You don't have to go so deep. Do what's appropriate for you. The next time you come to reverse, stay there. Exhale into side angle. Stay there. And then bring yourself back up to warrior two and unbend your leg. Bring yourself all the way out. Let's go to the other side. Take your legs wide, chair in front of you if you need it, or have a wall behind you. Toes lift, toes are to the side, back heel is up and away from you. Shoulders are forward, up, back, and down, fingertips reach down. Take an exhale. And as you inhale, push into the back pinky toe edge of the back foot to bend down and load up into the joints. Take an exhale here, flip your palm up. Inhale into reverse. Exhale into side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe your arms touch, maybe they don't. A nice way to stretch a lot of body parts in a fluid motion. Make sure it feels appropriate for you. The next time you come into reverse, stay there. Look up at your fingertips if you can. On your next exhale, come forward into your side angle. Smile. And then bring yourself up to the warrior two and all the way out. Shake your legs. And then let's rest in mountain pose, a posture of alignment. Toes are together, feet are on the ground. Take your hands down alongside your body. Reach your hands down like you have heavy weights on them. And then push your feet into the ground. Push your top thigh bones back. Let your tailbone point down towards the ground. Imagine you're like a tube of toothpaste, and all the toothpaste is by the belly. Squeeze your belly and squeeze the toothpaste up into the rib cage area. Open your chest, hands press back. Head is right on top of your spine, chin is parallel to the ground. Imagine there's a posture hook on the wall behind you, and you lift your head up and back to put it on this hook to help find alignment in every single joint in your body. If you're able to close your eyes, or minimize your gaze and feel whatever you feel. Take one more breath. Bring yourself back to center. Shake, shake, shake. So we're going to get rid of any tension that may have been created during that little flow, warrior dance, the little dance. All right, so let's take a big exhale. Inhale, gather, gather, gather. Hold tight and exhale. Two more. Inhale. Tension, tension, tension. Hold. One more. Hold. All right. We're going to come down onto the ground. It would be nice to bring your back into a relaxed position. So either legs are going to be on the chair to end or up against a wall. So go ahead and grab whatever props you need to come into a legs up the chair position. And when you come down, come all the way down, you could actually bring your knees into your chest before anything else, or let your legs go up in the air and let all the joints settle. Whatever you're going to do, find your final rest position. So you could be in a really nice, relaxed position. Hands could be in the belly or out to the side, whatever you prefer. Noticing what you notice, feeling what you feel, and letting go of everything.
kande, udare apare, kariyam kariyam, niname akame, golinde mokande, udare apare, kariyam kariyam, niname akame, golinde Gently begin to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then bringing your knees into your chest. Bring yourself onto your side. Take your hand on the ground in front of you, cradle your head in your arm, bring your top leg up, take an inhale, and as you exhale, push yourself up to seated. We'll close the practice with sound, keeping your eyes closed, sitting in as comfortable of a position as you can find in your body. Bring your hands together, rub your hands, let your thumbs press into your heart towards your thumbs. We're going to close with a humming sound. Let's take an exhale to create space in our lungs. Deep inhale. We bow in gratitude, in recognition of what's in you is in me,
energetically, spiritually. Namaste. Thank you. All right, I'd like to hear from some of you. Did you feel like you wanted to fall asleep in the beginning? Like I did? Totally felt like I was going to go to sleep. I still feel pretty relaxed. So, how you feeling? Dave, if you're here, lots of good foot stuff, lots of good leg stuff for you. Michael, good stuff for you for low back relief. Good for all of us, but I was just thinking of certain people. And Steve, if you're out there, I think this is one you would really like. Lauren, hi. I did not know your hair. Oh, Jamaica to frigid Chicago. Martha, I don't even want to tell you what's happening here in Los Angeles. You should have came to Los Angeles for vacation. It is like 80 degrees, 80 something, 70 something. It's ridiculous. And it's like 5 days or 6 days. It's seriously like summer. It's ridiculous, but in a good way. But I hope Jamaica was great. I've not been there. You're welcome, Lauren. Good, Lynn, Raina. Yeah, I was super relaxed. All right. Thank you all for joining me. Yeah, warrior dance is just such a lovely thing to do in your life. Like I warrior dance all of the time. And doesn't it feel so good? But I know for some people, actually, it can aggravate low back or hip flexor, which is why I did so much hip flexor and low back warm up today, because I wanted to make sure we were really nice and loose in that part of our body when we went into the dance. All right, so today we danced. You're welcome, Michael. All right. Ooh, Michael, wouldn't that be crazy to try that on a board? Maybe on a stand-up paddleboard. I'm sure they do. All right. Have a great Saturday, everyone. See you later.